have the management on board with us, Mr. Siddharth Vasudevan Murthy, MD at Vascon Engineers. A very good afternoon, sir, and thanks for joining us here at ET Now. We just want to ask you, the 132 crore order from Reliance, which was received in May, this has now been cancelled. Can you tell us what has led to the cancellation and what is the order book positioning looking like now?
Yes, thank you for having me, first of all. And yeah, it's very unfortunate that we had to let go of the Reliance order that we had received in May. One of the biggest challenges over there was that it was a labor contract, and for companies like us, we prefer doing a material plus labor kind of a contract. So the resources that we would have to depute and the challenges that we were facing over there was something why we mutually decided on this. Uh, Having said that, we have been we've had a strong order backlog, and we've just strengthened it with a 347 crore order in Guwahati, as well as a 130 odd crore order in Ahmedabad. And currently, we are also L1 in another 150 odd crore order in Wardha. So, we have been bagging orders, so it looks good overall when we look at the macro situation in the organization.
Okay, Mr. Murthy, good afternoon. Ashesha this side. What is the current order book position then at this point in time?
So we'll be just a little upwards of 3,000 crores at this point of time.
Okay, more than 3,000 crores. And for the full year FY27, you had at the end of last quarter told that your L1 book stood at 500 crores and you were bidding aggressively for 2,000 crores more. What is the update on that front?
So we have moved significantly on these tenders. Like in the EPC business, the tenders take quite a lot of time for it to fructify from the time we bid to the time we actually get the tender to actually starting work on site. Generally, this entire process takes anywhere between 3 and 9 months. So, we have been in the top two in many private contracts as well. It's only a matter of time before some of these fructify.
All right, understood. You'd earlier given us a target of closing the order book at around 4,000 crores for the full year FY27. Can you tell us if this target is still intact, or would you like to revise that a bit?
No, so the target is still intact, and like I said, we're already L1 in another project in Wardha, which is roughly 150 crores. That will also build towards these numbers that we're speaking about. And there are other projects we bid upwards of 2,000 crores currently. So some of those will eventually qualify to jobs for us. So it's only a matter of time.
Murthy, would you like to revise your guidance upwards? You haven't given us a number yet. From 4,000 crore, can you probably give us a number? 4,500 crore, is that a reasonable estimate to work with?
So 4,000 is definitely a very doable number. That's the first target that we're working on. The situation has been challenging for us because of the Middle Eastern war and the impact of prices going up. So we've been also focusing on our bottom lines because that for us is something that is very important. So, we haven't been bidding aggressively on margins because we want to make sure that we come out of these projects positive. So as much as I love top line, I love bottom line as well. So we are taking stand to see that we achieve both these numbers, not just one of them.
Definitely, sir. Bottom line is for sure still as important. Can you tell us what's your outlook on that front, and if the current situation from the Middle East, the raw material cost inflation, or just the prices inflation, how is that impacting your business, and what sort of impact are you expecting to see for the full year?
Yeah, so it has impacted the business, and we are not the only one that's impacted. The whole industry has been impacted by this. In most of our projects, certain materials are covered by escalation costs. So we will be covering up some of the losses over that. But there is definitely certain impacts that we will have to take ourselves. But since the major materials like steel, cement, etc., have been covered by escalation, the impact to us will be there, but it won't be so major, uh, on the larger scheme of things.
Okay, it won't be major, but it is still impacting you, is what you're telling us. Mr. Murthy, how much of
Yeah,
this
not
raw
just
material?
us, the entire industry is what I'm saying.
Right, but have you passed it on to your customers?
Wherever possible, we have asked for these escalations. In some cases, we have been successful. In some cases, we're still working on it. So as time passes and we get towards closure of projects, we'll know exactly what those impacts have been.
Uh, Understood, sir. On your real estate business now, switching focus on that front a little bit, what's
Yes.
the update on that business? How is that faring for you in the first quarter gone by?
So in the first quarter, we have done significant sales in Mumbai. We did launch our second project in Powai, which is called Tranquil Heights, which has an inventory of around 108 units in the first phase. And we're seeing good traction in that market as well. Like you know, we only recognize these numbers when we get our completion certificate. So this will reflect in our balance sheets probably 2 years from now.
And what is the update with respect to the Adani MOU? Because earlier I believe you had told us that there are 4 to 5 EPC projects under this particular MOU with Adani. What has been the update on that front?
Yes, so these are live. We are working with them very closely. Like you know, the MOU that we signed with them in October was an early stage MOU where we assist them with the design of the building as well. So design generally takes some time because we have to coordinate with a lot of external agencies to get it done. Post which we have all the government approvals that Adani will have to do, from environmental clearances to plan clearances, etc. So once these are out of the way, that only then will be in a position to execute this on site. But I'm happy that it's progressing.
All right.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Murthy. It was a pleasure having you on the show here.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Thank you.